All right, there we go. Okay, so a lot of you come to me and ask me for advice on who to hire, what to give them, um, what assignments to give them, and just struggling with the whole working from home, being a mom, being a new mom, all of those things. So that's what we're talking about today. And it took me a long time to get here where I'm at. And I feel like what I'm going to share with you is most likely not for everyone, and that kind of goes with our business in general, right? But you have to kind of look at where you're at, where you need to go, to be in a better place. And that's what this is all about. I feel like the information that I'm giving you is gold because no one taught me this. I had to figure it out. And it was a combination of following Sullins' Smart Success back in 2013. They kind of started this whole process for me. That was the same year that I had Brooklyn. And after I had Brooklyn, I did pretty good. I felt that, we had some help. My niece was helping us, and I was able to manage my business. But then when I had Skylar, and I had two, and you just compound the weight gain. I had overgrowth of candida, which was throwing all of my health issues off. I felt like crap. I had postpartum. I had postpartum with Brooklyn, not really postpartum with Skylar, but when you have 50 pounds on you, weight loss resistancy, you are not sleeping at night, and then just feeling like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. I just was like kind of spinning my wheels, and I didn't know how to get out of that vicious cycle. Maybe you don't have two kids, but maybe you are in a constant hamster wheel with your business, and you feel like you can never put your phone down. You feel like you always have to work. You feel, and if I'm hitting some buttons here, let me know. You feel like work, or you work a ton of hours and you're like, is this worth it? So there comes a time in your business, several times, where these things happen. And it's not that you don't love your business, and it's not that you're not doing all of the right activities. But the one thing that, Beachbody's not going to teach you is balance. And I think that that is what I was looking for, was balance, and how to create my life by design. We talk about that all the time, right? That's what we sell to people. We sell them to join our team so they can create their life by design. But are we really teaching them how to do that? We're teaching them how to build a supplemental income so that they have more money and more time and more freedom to do what they love. But we're not really teaching them what to do when they get there. So that's what the call is all about today. So I'm just going to ask you to have an open mind. I already know that I'm stepping out on a limb, sharing some of this stuff with you. There's a reason people don't talk about this, because they don't want to be judged. Okay, so I'm stepping out on a limb and being very vulnerable and sharing my lifestyle with you. And some of you that are maybe new diamonds, you're still in that hustle mode. You might look at me and think I'm totally crazy, but I'm sharing with you that I'm at a place in my life right now where I'm actually calm. I don't feel the constant stress to pick up my phone every 2 seconds to work my business. And my business is still growing, and it's still thriving. And I am being a mom first, okay? So here's what we have to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. So creating your life by design. I want you to think ahead. Where do you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now? I'm not talking about income. I am talking about, what do you want your life, your daily life to look like? When you wake up in the morning, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, what does your life look like? Okay, Shalene challenged this question at Smart Success in 2013 and really dug in deep, meaning like she asked, If you're going to create that perfect day that you are still working, right? What does that day look like? Meaning, like, what time do you get up in the morning, right? Are you getting up at an ungodly hour right now to work your business because you have to? That's fine. But a year from now, 2 years from now, where do you want to be? What time do you want to get up, right? What does your day look like with your family, with your spouse, with your kids, and incorporating your workouts and incorporating work? So this is about setting goals and in a whole new way in your personal life, okay? So what do you want your perfect day to look like when you're still working? In other words, how many hours a day do you want to work in your business to still thrive, okay? I don't want to work 40 hours a week. And I'm the first one to say that all the time, okay? And that is more important to me than being in the top 10, okay? It's more important to me to continuously grow a huge business and grow a huge team and to change lives and to help people to create what I've created, but I don't want to work 40 hours a week. I want to be a mom, okay? So what are your priorities? How are you spending your income? Okay, this is a question that I asked in the last group, which was like a Push to Diamond group. When you guys signed up as a coach, right, and we said, you know, how much money do you want to make? And you wrote down, I would love to make $500 a week, whatever your goal was, right? Okay, and then I asked you, how would you spend that $500 a week? And you said, what? What did you say? Write that down right now. Did you say I would pay off my car? I would save up money to go to Disney World for my kids. I would pay cash for Christmas presents. I would put that money towards what? Debt, credit card debt, medical debt. Okay, do you remember this? So now here is a magic question. Are you doing that? Are you taking your extra income, right? This is extra income, isn't it? Unless you actually retired from your full-time job and you are now doing Beachbody full-time where it is your sole income. But remember, this is a supplemental plan B business on the side. So that extra income, are you taking that money and actually putting it towards the things that you said you were? And if you were and you're that disciplined, bravo. And you should be sharing that with your coaches, sharing that with your team, and sharing that on social media. If you paid off your car with your coaching business, share that. If you're saving up money and taking your kids to Disney World with your Beachbody business, share that. If you're not, and when I ran this last group and I asked them this question and they all said no, they're not. Like they're taking that money and they don't even know where it's going. It's going to Target, it's going to groceries, it's going to diapers, it's going to whatever. It's like, okay, wait a minute. We need to stop. We need to think about that for a minute. The whole reason you signed up in your business to make this extra income was to start a college education for your kids, right? Are you doing that? So I challenge you on that question, okay? You can't do it all. So you've heard this before, and I would bet a lot of money if I were to interview each and every one of you that are watching this right now, that you have not hired an assistant or you have not hired a virtual assistant because of wow. I'm going to share a very short and quick story for you, okay? When I was a presenter for Sullins, and those of you that knew me back then, and I used to do turbo kick events. Okay, I was doing that because I flippin' loved it, right? Which is hopefully why you're doing Beachbody too. You have to flip and love your business. If you don't, then stop, reality check, okay? I was not doing it for the money. In a single turbo kick event, I could make anywhere from, on a small event, it was all based on commission, so it was all based on numbers. In a small event, I would make maybe $400 for one day. And then on a big event, I could make over $1,000. Or if I did a turbo kick and a PIO in a weekend, I could make over $1,000 with those two events together. So 400 was low, and low because we would promote the events at least 3 months in advance. All the work was before the event. Doesn't it sound familiar? It's your challenge group. All the work would come before, like promoting and inviting. I would do free master classes. I would cold call gyms. I would call directors and see who they had that wanted to get certified. And all of that I was working on my own time. I was not getting paid for it. So I only got paid at the event. So looking at like saying making like $400 for one day, it was really $400 I made for like 3 months. Okay. But here's what I want to share with you. I was working full time. I was working 40 plus hours managing a club, and I was married. Okay. And I was doing that on the side for fun because I loved it. Well, I knew I couldn't do it all, and I couldn't do it well. If I was going to be a presenter, I wanted to be a 5-star presenter. I wanted to be the top presenter. I wanted to be one of, Sullins' top people because she had changed my life that way. So what do you think I did? I hired somebody. I hired help. And for those of you that knew me back then, you will know who that is, and that was my friend Janae. I would pay Janae to help me at those Turbo Kick events. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you thought she just came for fun and because we would just have a blast, and we did, but I needed to incentivize her to give up her weekends to come and help me do these Turbo Kick events. Now, I would pay her no less than $200. Depending on the event. She would do my goodie bags before. So while I was at work, I was downtown Chicago, I would give her keys to my house, and she would come in and she would do all the inventory, and she would pack all the goodie bags. And so I would come home from work and everything would be done. We'd pack the car, I would pack my bag, and we would drive to the event the night before, because a lot of times they were in, St. Louis or Southern Illinois. I would pay her no less than $200 to come with me and be my sidekick. And I, a lot of times, paid her in clothes and in cash. Okay. I'm sharing this with you because if I was making $400 and I'm doing 85% of the work or more. She's doing the goodie bags. She's driving with me. If I'm exhausted, she would drive, and she would be that person at the event that would just do all the extra stuff. So was I making any money a lot of times? No. But was my life a whole lot easier having her there? If I lost my voice, or I needed a water bottle, or I was starving, she would go get lunch. There would be 2 people in the room to help all of those people in the room versus all the weight falling on my shoulders. And if you think I had the money to do that, I didn't, because that was the time, it was before Beachbody. We were living paycheck to paycheck, and we were swallowed in credit card debt. So what that allowed me to do, though, is to do what I loved and not be stressed out about it. Okay, I'm trying to make a huge point, you guys. I couldn't or wouldn't have wanted to do those Turbo Kick events on my own with a full-time job and with all my other responsibilities. They were exhausting, but you didn't know that if you were there, right? Because I was like life of the party. It was so much fun. But a lot of that was because I had backup. I had an entourage. I had help. And you have to look at your business the same way, because you'll never get ahead. You'll be in that hamster wheel and you will be stuck. So what that allowed me to do was to thrive to the top and be one of Shalene's top presenters. Being one of Shalene's top presenters has helped me grow into the person that I am today, okay? So I wanna share that with you. It's not about the money. If you think that you don't have the money to get help right now, you'll never have the money. Can I get an amen? The more you receive financially, the more you give. And that's how this business works. You're gonna hit plateaus. It's like losing weight and getting stuck at that weight. It's like saying this. It's like saying, yeah, I'm gonna start the Shift Shop once I lose the weight first. Think about that for a minute. That's exactly what you're doing with your business, okay? So when I first hired someone to help me with Beachbody, I was making $100. I was a diamond coach, and I was making $100 to maybe $200 a week. Okay, so if you want to make $300 to $400 a week, then you need help. It doesn't have to be like something crazy. It can be 5 hours a week. It can be one thing, but you have to hire help. Okay, we're going to talk about this more, but I hope that was helpful for you. So in the Diamond page, I shared a delegate or die list from Sullins when I went to her Smart Success. And this was something that was, you know, I printed this out and I looked at it. And the first time I looked at it was the first time I realized that I have a business. So many of us look at our coaching business as a job. You have a business. Maybe you don't have a business yet. Maybe you do have a job right now because you're not treating it like a business. What's the difference, right? A job is you work by yourself and that's it. A business is you have an organization where you have a team of people, and now I'm not talking about coaches. You have a team of people helping you in your business to scale it even larger, okay? So a lot of times your business is stuck where it's at because you're one person and you can only do so much. And once I looked at that delegate list, like I was like, whoa. Now I know why Sullins can do everything she's doing. And I'm not saying to compare yourself to Sullins, but I know I compare myself to Sullins because I know I have the potential to do whatever I want to do. So once I looked at that and I realized, oh, someone else should be doing my emails. Oh, someone else could be doing my grocery shopping. Oh, and it was just like a light bulb moment of understanding that our business is our personal life because we work from home. Okay, so we're going to talk more about that. So I encourage you to print that out, and it might not be something you're ready for today, but you are going to be ready for it. There is going to be a time, and it could be in a month, it could be in 3 months, where you're going to be ready to make these decisions. And if you aren't prepared for them, then you are going to feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, and it will actually slow your business down. Your business is either moving forwards or backwards. It never stays in the same place. Okay? So what are the things that only you can do? So when you go through that list and you look at those, I want you to think that. What are the things that only I can do? What are the things that somebody else could do? And what are the things that would be like, someday this would be awesome? Okay. A lot of those things have become my reality. I'm building a fitness studio in my basement, building up my closet, my dream closet, having someone come in and actually organize my closet so it looks like a store. Those were things that I was like, oh, that would be awesome. But I turned them into a reality. Okay, so I encourage you to do that, and that's going to open your eyes. Okay, so here is the next bullet point. Spending your money in the right areas will create time buckets. The one thing that we all want is more time. If I had more time, I would watch this webinar. If I had more time, I would learn how to use Instagram. If I had more time, I would take a vacation with my kids. If I had more time, I would go get a massage, right? If you had more time, what would you do with it? Okay? So if you spend money in the right places, it will create more time buckets. That's what I'm going to call them, time buckets, okay? And time buckets, write this down, will create freedom, less stress, and they will allow you to get ahead. Time buckets will create freedom, less stress, and they will allow you to get ahead. So that is your goal. Your goal is to create time buckets and to know what do you need to do in those time buckets? Okay. So if you were making how much a week? What are you making right now? Are you making $500 a week? How would you spend that money, right? So right now you might say, well, I want to take my kids to Disney World and we want to pay off our credit cards. And those are a part of like your top 10 goals, okay? And I get that, but here's what nobody else is telling you. Nobody else is telling you you need to invest back into your business. Okay? So yes, you need to take maybe, you decide on that. You decide what percentage you're going to take of your income and you're going to put it towards your goals so you can make things happen, so you can show your spouse, so you can show your coaches, and so you can show your social media following. This is what I'm doing with my business. But there is a percentage of your income that has to go back into your business. Now, I'm not talking about flyers and business cards and laptops and iPads. When I say back into your business, I'm actually talking about your personal life. And here's what I had to learn. And I feel like I just learned this year, you guys. I learned that I had to run my home like a business. Write that down. And again, you might not be ready for this, but I'm telling you, if you want to build a full-time income, you're going to be in my shoes at some point, and you're going to be revisiting this conversation. And I wish someone had told me what I'm telling you, because look how long it took me to figure this out. Okay. So if you are going to build a full-time income, or you're going to walk away from your job and you're going to do this full-time, whatever full-time means to you, that's not 40 hours, okay? But it is my sole income. It does pay our mortgage. It does pay our retirement and our college kids' education. When I used to run the gyms, okay, I'm going to use this as an analogy. If you've ever worked for a company or even managed in a company, how many people work there? Okay, as the manager of the gym, there was me. I had a sales team. I had a customer service team. I had a nursery department, about 5-6 employees that worked in the child care. And then we had a maintenance person, and we had a cleaning crew at night. And I had people above me, right? District managers and CEOs. And you have a business like that. You have a gym, but you run it from your home, okay? Right now, you're doing all of those roles. You're the person cleaning the gym at night, and you're the person taking care of the kids in the daycare, not literally, like I don't mean those are your kids, but in general. You're the person doing the sales and the customer service and the marketing and the recruiting and the signups, and you're hiring and training and developing, and then you're firing. Well, you're not really firing, you might be quitting, and then you got to recruit, and you got to do it all over again, and you're wearing all these hats. And I'm not saying that in the beginning, you have to do that, right? And you have to go through the hustle to build your business. But I don't think you need to build it to $500 a week to get help. Do you need to build it to maybe $100 a week or $200 a week? Yes, because that's what I did, okay? So what I learned just this year is that when I sat down and did Sullins' push journal, if you guys have done this before, she has you evaluate all areas of your life and pick out the one area that is a mess and that you need to work on. Well, every year, to be totally honest with you, I have always focused on my business. So I've always set a financial goal, a rank goal, how many coaches I want to sponsor, whatever. And this year, I was like, and this is just being totally honest, I was like, okay, if I do that again, it's just more people, more people, more people. Do you know what I mean? And I felt so like I felt like I didn't have control of my day. I didn't have control of the house. I didn't have control of my life. And I just was really overwhelmed. So what was if I were to make another $100,000, $200,000 what is that going to bring me? It's going to bring me more stress. Like that. I know that sounds crazy and you're just like, well, I would take that $100,000. My point is that that was my place of realizing I got to get my shit together. I don't want to bring more people and bring more business into my business until I work on this area. And it's really whatever that area is for you. For me, it was organization. Okay. So a lot of times it's like, well, I'm just going to build my business, build my business, build my business, but I'm not going to like work on my relationship with my spouse. What's going to happen? Right? Things are going to start to fall apart. Let's just be honest. Okay. So it's balance. It's balance. Okay. So I said, I'm going to take her push journal and I am going to organize my life, and I'm going to just treat my house as if it were the gym. Like I'm going to run my house like a business, because I work from home. My husband has 2 businesses. He works from home upstairs. And we obviously have the girls. And obviously, as you can see, there's people in and out of this house like madness, okay? Because we run it like a business. So I'm going to kind of share some of the things that I'm doing that I have been doing for a long time, but some things are new. And I just want you to realize that, or just know that when you get to the point, if you're making $100 a week right now, that there's something that you can outsource that's going to create a time bucket for you. And then if you have that time bucket, which is an hour or 2 hours, what are you going to do with that time bucket? Okay. Is it just going to be, you're just going to sit down and you're going to recruit for an hour straight? What is it that would help you grow your business? There's things you want to do right now that you're saying you don't have time to do. Or you're like me and you are working like a crazy person and you just literally want that extra hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, and you just want to be with your kids and you want to turn your phone off. Okay. You have to figure that out where you're at in your business. I've been in all places. I have been through the hustle, and now I'm teaching it on the other side. Okay. Because the reason that people are quitting Beachbody is because they haven't figured this out. Can I get an amen? No, but really, like I don't want to work those hours anymore. Isn't that why I got into this business from the first place? I got into the business so I could create financial freedom, so I could create the life that I wanted to live and be a mom and be a wife, but still do my business, but do my business in a way that gets me excited every single day. Not to the point where I'm like, I got to go work or I got to go check my phone. Okay. So, if you live your life by design, what does this look like? Okay, I want you to start thinking about, it would be totally awesome if I could wake up in the morning and this would happen all day long, and then I would go to bed. Okay, so another huge light bulb for me, and I'm not quite sure where this came from, but we're entrepreneurs. Right? And we know that most people don't understand our business, and they'll never understand our business. Like I've been doing this for 9 years, and my family is like they still don't get it. So if you're waiting for people to get it, they don't get it, and that's okay. And you just have to kind of know that going into it. So I don't do things like everybody else. So why would I live my day or my week or my month or my life like everybody else? Do you know how hard that is to come to that realization and to be okay with it? Because people from the outside looking in can think that I think I'm too good, or that I have this, big, beautiful house. So of course I can hire people or whatever. I don't care what people think. People haven't lived my life. And like, I'm sharing this with you guys because we are our own worst enemy. We are the person that gets in our head that says, no, you can't hire a cleaning lady because your mom is going to think you're too good to clean your own house or whatever. People haven't lived my life. They haven't gone through what I have gone through. They haven't worked my business. Do you know what I have done? The sacrifices that I made to get to the place where I am. And to be able to continue with energy and excitement to keep going after 9 years and to build more leaders and more six-figure earners and more million club earners, I have to take care of me. I have to take care of my family, and I have to take care of what's most important to me. And I need to live my life by what I believe in and what are my priorities, and not what everybody else thinks. Nobody else, those people are not living an entrepreneur life. They're living the 9 to 5. They're stressed out. They're overweight. They have no energy. They have candida. They're eating flour and sugar and gluten, and they feel like junk, and they're depressed, and they just don't get it. Okay? So, dude, I get passionate about that because it was myself in my own head for so long. I grew up extremely humble. We grew up in South Chicago Heights, my husband and I. And I have to remind myself every single day, thank you, Lord, for my life. Thank you, Lord, for my health. Thank you, Lord, for my kids. Thank you, Lord, for my husband for supporting me in this journey. Please help me help others. And this is how I do it. And I want you guys to understand that. It is not about, because I have money, I can hire this person to do this. It is not about that. If I weren't doing this and creating this, I wouldn't be here in this chair talking to you with energy and excitement, because a year ago I was totally burned out. And it's because I was trying to do too much, okay? So I want you to understand that my most important thing is I want to live. Like, I want to live right now. I want to be happy. I want to be every day when I work my business, I want to love what I'm doing. And one of the things that I have changed dramatically is I work in time blocks. I've talked a little bit about this, and I'm going to show you my calendar right now. I no longer multitask. Multitasking is for the hustlers. That's exactly what Sullins says. And I've been doing this for close to a year now. And I am not saying that you are in this place, but if you listen to me and you start outsourcing, you will be in this place. But you're going to know what to do now because I'm sharing it with you. But one of the things I do is I work in time blocks, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so I did this on a call about a year ago, but I didn't really dig in hard. So what I mean is, you know, first thing in the morning, we get Brooklyn ready for school, and then we put her on the school bus. She's out of school right now. My workouts every day are from 9 to 10, and I do my workout. I take pictures, I take videos in that workout. I drink my Shakeology. I post on social media, and I check in my challenge group. That takes me an hour. Within that hour, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not checking my email, okay? And then I have blocks of time where I work. So I have help with the girls, which is probably a whole other call because I know, because it took me a really long time to get there. But I do have help with the girls, and I work, for example, on Mondays starting around 2:30, probably more so like 3 o'clock because we have swimming before that, all the way up until 8 o'clock. Now, usually I jump in the shower at like 7, so really I'm probably working from 2:30 to 7. From that 2:30 to 7, though, you guys, I am plowing. I am trucking. I am getting things done like there's no tomorrow, okay? But up until the point I work, I'm not checking my phone. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not checking my email, okay? When it comes time to sit down to work, I sit down, I turn it on, and I plow through that to-do list, okay? So this allows me to be a mom, to be with my kids, to be not pulled in 25 directions. And then what else? So I have my workout scheduled, my work scheduled, and then, of course, things for the girls, okay? So I'm using Google Calendar. I'm using Google Calendar for that. There's an app, and everything is in a system and everything repeats. So you know, like every day you're getting up at this time. If you do an early power hour, then okay, here's my early power hour, whatever. Have a to-do list for when you actually work. Like if there's a time where you're just going to do inviting or adding to your network, but then there might be time where you want to create content for your challenge groups, things like that. You want to create content for a team call like this, okay? So working in time blocks, write this down. Working in time blocks has changed my life. Working in time blocks allows balance, productivity, and peace. Do you want those three things? Okay. It's hard to turn your phone off. It's really hard to turn your phone off. But I'm telling you that you need to kill the news feed. As Lindsay Weiss would say, I guess there's an app for it. I don't go in the news feed, so that's why I really like and comment on your posts. And it's not because I don't love you. I can't go in the news feed. I don't have time to go in the news feed, okay? Kill your news feed on Facebook. Turn your notifications that go to your phone off from social media so that you literally have to go in the app to see if you have messages on Messenger or notifications on Facebook or emails coming in. They do not come to my phone. And then when I'm working, the phone goes on airplane mode. Okay, all right. I hope this is like really good stuff. So what to outsource? I want you to think about what is sucking your time and what can create time buckets if you were to outsource them. I'm going to give you 10 things that I do and that I want you to think about yourself. If I were to outsource this, would this create a time bucket for me to do other things? And I don't want you to think, can I afford that? Quit thinking, have you read The Secret? If you think, can I afford that? You're immediately putting out into the universe that you can't afford it. So instead, if you're like, that would change my life, that one thing would change my life, would change my business, would change my stress level, then find a way to make the money, to make it happen, pay for that, create the time bucket, and you will move ahead. Your business will move ahead, your stress level will go down, you will be a happier person. I'm telling you, okay? So here's the first one, it's house cleaning. Okay, as you can see, the whole time I'm doing this call, there's people in my house going through and cleaning our house. Now, the woman that actually cleans our house has been doing it since before Brooklyn was born. So it's been about 5 years. And she's become part of our family. Like in our old house, she like literally taught me how to feed Brooklyn food when Brooklyn was a baby. I just lent her one of my dresses. She wore it to, she brought it with her to Mexico on a vacation. We've become friends. She's an amazing person, and I actually help her with her business because it's her own cleaning crew business. I don't not only give her referrals, but I actually teach her systems to help her grow her business. I know, because I can't help it because it's just who I am. I want you, and I know a lot of people have a hang up about cleaning their house. Maybe you like to clean your house. I don't know. But here's the thing. It's Friday. She cleaned the house today. Because she cleaned the house, I was able to serve you. That's how you have to look at this. There's going to be people that watch this training that are going to listen to me, that are going to go, I'm going to do what she said, and they're going to blow up their business. Was that worth hiring someone to clean my house? So that I have the creativity and the time to plan the call and to deliver it to you. Do you understand where I'm going, what I'm saying? Now, guess who's going to clean the house on Saturday and Sunday? Boom and boom. So just because you hire someone to clean your house once a week and to do like all the deep cleaning doesn't mean you're not going to clean it on the other days, especially if you have 2 kids, 2 dogs, and a husband that works from home. We're always home. The house is always a mess, okay? Laundry. How much time a week do you spend doing laundry? And again, if you're like, well, I like doing laundry, it's fun, or it has to be folded this way, or it has to be color coded this way. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you guys to start thinking in a way that is going to create time for you and make you happier. Okay. Number 2 is email. I hate email. I hate it. I hate it. It stresses me out. So here's what we do. I do not go in my email. I completely outsource my email to Mariella. She goes in the email every morning and she unsubscribes to all the junk mail. And then anything that I need to see goes into an answers folder. So I have an answers folder. Every day she'll put things in there that I need to see or that I need to read. And then I check that answers folder 2 times a day, and they're scheduled times on my calendar within the time that I work to do that. Because if you don't think you're spending a lot of time going in there and just checking and scrolling and checking and scrolling, and I'll answer that later, or I'll go back to that later, you never, maybe you do or you don't, that is time. That is time. And it's just this going on in your head all the time. Like, don't forget to do this. Don't forget to go register for CUP. Don't forget to, you know what I mean? Number 3 is shopping. So a couple of things that we do. I'll see if I have it on my computer while I'm talking to you, and then I will show it to you. So this was something I did this week or this year. I really tried to find the things that I'm spending a lot of time on. And this was one of them, was shopping. Now, I like to shop. I do. I love to shop. Who doesn't love to shop? I don't like to grocery shop. I love to shop at Target, okay? But this is a huge time sucker, you guys, huge. So, here's what you have to think about. Here's what I had to think about. Do I want to shop? And I constantly run out of stuff in the house and it drives me nuts. You're always out of toilet paper or ketchup or paper towels or whatever. Or do I want to spend the afternoon going to the pool with my kids? You know, you have to think about it. There's only so many hours in the day. So what I did is I treated the house and everything that's in here like inventory, like we would do at the gym. So at the gym, we would go through the cleaning closet and we would do an inventory of everything that was in there, and we would make a list. And then every week we would fill that out and we would place the order, and it would get auto delivered to the gym, right? Like, you never ran out of toilet paper at the gym. Hello. So I just took that and applied it to this. So I have a list for grocery shopping. I have a list for Sam's Club. I have a list for Target and Amazon, okay? And then every Sunday night, I fill these out, and it takes me less than 5 minutes. And then I outsource the shopping. You guys have no idea how amazingly life-changing that is, to never run out of things that you need and for them to get, you know, delivered. So you can set up auto ship. You know, Target delivers. Did you know that? Sam's Club, I think they deliver, but if not, you can pre-order everything and then you can go there and just pick it up. Or you could have someone running these errands for you and helping you, okay? Number 4, get ready for this one and don't fall on the floor, but a huge, huge time sucker for me, just saying, is meal prepping. If you don't like cooking and meal prepping, raise your hand. I hate it. I hate cooking. I'm looking at your Facebook Lives just now. Okay. So when I first had Brooklyn, Shauna's sister, who is like crazy organized, amazing, her sister is also named Kristina. She reached out to me totally randomly when I first had Brooklyn, and she was like, hey, I have this amazing person I know that comes to your house and meal preps. She's a chef. And I thought, we've done it in the past. She's like, maybe you want to try her. You just had the baby. I'm sure you're overwhelmed. And I thought, wow, that's so nice of her to refer her. And if she used her, yeah, let's try it. Well, let me tell you that it has changed our life. And Brooklyn's 4. Okay, so it is not expensive at all. But believe it or not, I fell on the floor when I found out how much it was. So I hate cooking. I hate grocery shopping. I hate meal prepping. So why am I doing it? Okay. So this person grocery shops, Whole Foods, all organic, comes to our house once a week. I pick out the recipes, does the meal prep, and food for a week. Okay. So when I would hear about things like this from somebody else, I would go, oh, that's awesome. That's one on my goal board. Like, I'm going to make that happen. How much does it cost? How many more challenge packs do I need to sell to make that happen in my life? Okay. Maybe that this is not it for you, but what is that? And just look at it with that attitude, because it's going to create time and allow you to get ahead. Number 5 is errands. Okay. My dogs, dude, Hiccup is blind and diabetic. If she doesn't get her shot, she will literally die. I mean, it is like that dramatic. Okay. So we put the medication, all the dog medications on auto ship. We put the dog food on auto ship. We never have to go to the pet store and buy dog food anymore. It just gets delivered. The grooming. Now, I know this sounds silly, but at our old house, Hiccup literally almost died about 3 times because her allergies are so bad. She's allergic to grass. If she's not groomed and on the right medication every single day, her allergies get so bad that she can't have steroids because she has pancreatitis. I mean, she's a hot mess. We now have the groomers that come in the truck, come to the house every 4 weeks, groom the dogs, clip their nails, and it's on an auto ship. It's like on a monthly, okay? I don't have to call them. I don't have to book it. I don't have to go, when are they coming? It is just on a system, okay? All of these things take time. You have to go to the dog store to buy the dog food. You have to take the dog. You got to put the dog in your car to go get them washed. And now you got to wash your car because your car smells like dog. Okay. Returns. Like, how many times do you buy things and you're like, oh, I got to go take this back to Target. Oh, I got to take this back. Okay. So I outsource my returns, my dry cleaning, and my car wash and my repairs, like oil changes. So my dad helps me with that. My dad takes the car to get washed, and we have the oil changes on same thing, every 3 months. Okay. Number 6 is team events. You guys probably already know this, but anything that I do for the team, like coach camp, diamond dinners, diamond days, new coach trainings, live workouts, anything that you're doing for your team, you should be the creative person. You should be the person that sits down and takes pen to paper and writes out a plan of what you want to do for your team to make that happen. But then I give it to Mariella and she actually makes it happen. But that allows me to walk into that event and not be tired and exhausted and stressed out and burned out by the time I get there. I can walk into coach camp and I'm excited and I'm like, let's go. And that's how you have to start thinking of your business. Like, you're the CEO of your business, not the person who does everything. Okay. Number 7 is finances. So, having someone categorize all your expenses into categories. Shauna talked about this on a different call. We have a tax guy who does the taxes at the end of the year, but just categorizing all your expenses, tracking your expenses, and then yeah, that's basically it with that. I don't have to track receipts or things like that because my accountant allows me to just use my bank statements. So I just need to categorize everything. Okay. Number 8 is photos. Photos. At the beginning of this year, I was like, dude, my photos stress me out. Like I feel like I have 20 pounds extra on me because I have 10,000 photos in my phone and who knows how many photos on Dropbox, right? And there's just like photos like everywhere. And when you want that one photo to share on social media and you can't find it, can I get an amen? That you're just like, where is that photo? Then you start looking in there, you're like, ooh, and then you start looking at this photo, you're like, ooh, maybe I should make a post about that. It's like the news feed. It's like, kill the photos, right? So I outsourced that this year. I outsourced it and had someone actually put all my photos into folders on Dropbox, and then had one folder created for my best, like my best headshots, and then another folder for like my best team photos. So those are the ones that I would probably use the most on social media or for building a website and all that. This is not going to be shareable. Someone wrote that. Brandy. No, this is just for you guys. This training is just for you guys, and there's a reason that I'm doing it that way, okay? Number 9 is personal parties. So again, Skylar's birthday is coming up. She's going to be 2. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to say, although Mariella had a great idea, so I probably will use her idea, which is doing a baby doll party because Skylar's obsessed with baby dolls. But I'll sit down and I'll kind of, you know, pick the date and do the invite list and pick the theme and kind of pick some things out on Pinterest and Etsy because I like to do that and it's fun, but I will get help then for like ordering the food and ordering the cake and all those extra things and cleaning the house and all those extra things that take time. Do the stuff that you love. You know, do what you love, and all the rest, get help on it, okay? And then number 10, the last one is travel. Travel's a beast. If you're traveling every quarter, you know, to some type of an event, Platinum Edge is in November, so that's coming up next, and you have a family, I thought it was a lot of work to travel before I had kids, but now that I have kids, there's even more. Like, you have to not only get yourself ready, but you have to do everything to make sure that their lives just run like clockwork and while you're gone. And even if that's for like 48 hours, right? So for travel, you know, everything from booking the flight, booking the hotel, if it's like Summit or something like that, planning out, is there anything that I need to shop for? Do I need one pair of shoes for this dress? Or do I need a dress? Like planning the shopping list ahead of time and actually packing. I remember sitting in Smart Success and Shalene talking about how it was a huge time sucker for her to go on stage, like pick all the outfits she was going to wear on stage. Now, if you've never spoke on stage, you don't understand this, but there is a lot that goes into it. It's like doing a photo shoot. You can't wear a shirt you can see through. You can't wear colors that make you look, you know, that wash you out. You know, it's like there's a lot that goes into it, right? So she's like, I hate doing that. I hate picking out and shopping for clothes that are just for stage. So she's like, I hired somebody. I outsourced it, and they come to my house and they lay out a couple of outfits. I pick out the outfits. I try them on. They do the shoes and the jewelry, and I get to go on stage and do what I do well. Because I will tell you guys, I like dressing up. Like, it's fun, but my best friends know I don't wear makeup most days. I wash my hair twice a week. Like, seriously, I live in workout clothes. So why in the world would I think that I would be better at shopping for my own clothes than someone who actually is really good at it? Do you know what I mean? And that's just me just being totally honest. So just think about all of these things that I'm throwing at you. And before you ask me, well, who do I hire? How do I hire people? Here's the bottom line. You have a business. You are not going to be able to do all these things forever, okay? And if you just do one thing if you just get your house cleaned once a week, you know, if you pick one thing off of that delegate or die list and you start moving in the direction of outsourcing, you're going to create more time. Okay. And like I said, you're going to be happy, you're going to be less stressed, and you're going to get ahead in your business. The more ahead that you get, the more you have to bring on more people. Because I hate to break it to you, but nobody says this, and I'm going to be the one to say it, and you can throw tomatoes at me. But if you want to make a full-time income, I still have to work my business. So I didn't work my business to be making X amount for me to just stop working and to just play all day. And that is a huge realization. But I do work. As you can see, I just showed you some of my hours, okay? But I work in a way that I love it. I'm having fun. I'm doing the things that I like. And I'm outsourcing the things that I don't like or somebody else could be doing, or it's allowing me more time to change lives. What I do and when I do what I do in my business is strategically specific to build leaders. This call will build leaders. I already know it, okay? Yes, I can post these 10 things. I'll print them out, okay? I wanted to say there was one more thing I wanted to say before I end this, but dang it, I can't remember it. Any questions really quick? I do have to end this because I have another call. So I think just set goals for yourself, set, you know, not just business and financial goals, but goals for you personally. You deserve to live your life by design. That's why you got involved in this business. And that's what you're doing. That's what you're creating through time. I just think that, you know, there's been a misconception, and I was kind of looking for this answer myself, and no one would quite give the answer. And I think that the reason they don't want to give the answer is either they're still hustling and they are still working a ton of hours and they don't want to share that, or they don't want to share what they outsource because you're opening yourself up for judgment. And I'll be totally honest, like I haven't talked about this for a long time, partly for the same reason, because until you're in this situation, no one teaches it to you. No one teaches you, okay, well now once you're making $1,000 a week or whatever, now what should you be doing with that income to get ahead, you know? And I had to figure that out for myself. And it just comes down to understanding that you work from home, so therefore you should be running your home like a business. And no one can quite understand, like family and friends might never understand what it is that you're doing, but do you care more about that, or do you care more about the fact that you can pay for your kids' college education, that you can be present in their life every single day, that you're happier, you're more peaceful, you're less stressed, that you just bought grandma a car cash last weekend? Like, come on, that's what this business allows us to do. Don't let it take your joy. Don't let it take your joy. And if you're working around the clock 24/7, and maybe you need to do that, because I did that. You might need to do that to get to a certain point, but you need to little by little start outsourcing and getting help. I know what I wanted to say. I'm so glad I kept talking because I knew it would come to me. When you're thinking about, well, I don't know who to get help from, people need money. People need money. So don't give me that. Don't give me, well, I don't know who to hire and who would actually do my laundry. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? People need money. Everybody's looking for part-time jobs or different ways to earn an income. And I look at it like, when people come into my circle, my home, my life, me, it's an opportunity. Maria working for us She's helped me as a person and as a mom, and I've helped her with her cleaning business. You know, so don't be selfish and think that there aren't people that can help you in your business for $10 an hour or whatever it is. People need help. People need opportunities. Not everyone's going to become a coach. Okay, so give them other opportunities to join you in your business. All right, you guys, I have to end this because I have another call after it. I can't wait to hear your feedback and let me know what you took away from this. Talk soon. Cheers.